quick recap for those Canadians who are still blind to the war that this country is in. Yesterday, on the anniversary of October 7th, the brutal Hamas terror attacks, we had two Canadian universities, major Canadian universities, Concordia and McGill, that had to be evacuated due to credible bomb threats. We have schools, kids as young as 5 years old, having to listen to the national anthem in Arabic. We have chants of death to Canada, death to the West, intifada in our lifetime throughout our Canadian streets, cheered on by the police. We have politician after politician making statements where they are essentially supporting Hamas, supporting the Palestinian cause, supporting terrorists over the West. Canadians, if you are not awake to what is going on in this country, you are in for a brutal awakening in a year or two. The radical transformation that we see in Canada due to Islamist extremist theocrats coming into our country, cheerled by woke ideologues, is an absolute catastrophe waiting to happen. We've had attacks on synagogues in the UK. We've had similar incidences across Europe. The CBC, CTV tell you that these are peaceful protests that are occurring on our Canadian streets on a daily basis. I've been reporting on these, following these around for the past 2.5 years. They are lying to your face. These are hate fests. These are cowards. These are in many cases terrorists. Covering their entire heads like cowards. You can only see the slits of their eyes, rolling fake body bags, fake blood on their hands, chanting the most vile anti-Western stuff you've ever seen. One thing you'll never see at these protests, at these so-called pro-Palestinian protests, you'll never see a Canadian flag. You will never see a Canadian flag at a single one of these protests. These are anti-Western civilization that we in Canada continue to allow hundreds of thousands of these haters of our own into our own country. A lot of wise people have said the West will not go down due to Western people turning against their countries. It's going to be, we are opening the gates to the barbarians, and that is exactly what our government continues to do. Mark Carney, the Liberal Party of Canada, are nothing less than traitors to this country, continuing to allow people who hate Canada, hate freedom of speech, hate the values that made Canada such a great country, is nothing less than treasonous. You go to Saudi Arabia, you go to Iran, you go to Iraq, you think freedom of speech exists there? These are countries where a woman is not allowed to leave the house without a male escort, where if a man is caught sleeping with another man, they are sentenced to a minimum 10-year prison sentence, and in many cases they are killed. If you blaspheme against Allah, you are sentenced to a minimum 10 years in prison, and in many cases these people are killed. Do these sound like Canadian values to you? Are these the types of society you want to live in? And of course, not all Muslims are extremists, but a huge percentage. Islam is an incredibly violent religion. They have a prophet who married a 9-year-old girl. I'm not going to go through the claim that if you are Islamophobic, you're some sort of a racist. It's not a race. It is an extreme religious ideology. Get it straight. It has nothing, criticizing Islam has absolutely nothing to do with race. It has to do with an extreme set of beliefs that are simply not compatible with Canadian civilization, not compatible with Canada. If we continue to allow hundreds of thousands of people into this country from Afghanistan, from Iraq, from Saudi Arabia, people with beliefs and value systems that are diametrically opposed to, the craziest thing is that it is the woke ideologues and the feminists who are cheerleading them in. Meanwhile, these set of beliefs are the most anti-feminist. Do you think that women are treated as equals to men in these countries? Give me a goddamn break. You think that gays are treated as equals in these countries? Give me a goddamn break. The woke ideologues in Canada continue to cheerlead allowing these people into the country. But once we hit a certain precipice and we are getting closer and closer, like I said, our children are already being brainwashed. We're seeing the national anthem in Arabic. We're seeing walkouts with Palestinian flags in school after school. Young children being brainwashed. I know so many people who have kids who say, only one or two in the entire class is becoming, you can essentially say, Middle Eastern. The entire class, besides one or two students, calling this out does not make you a racist, does not make you a hater. It means that you love Canada and you want this country to survive. It's simply stating facts that if we continue to allow hundreds of thousands of people with this theocratic vision, and Islam is a totalitarian religion. When you translate Islam to English, it means total. First 5 letters of totalitarian. This is a religion that claims that it has the answer for everything. I have absolutely no interest in it, and I know the vast majority of Canadians are with me. We have to stand up and say, we are Canadian. These Muslim extremists are not compatible with our Canadian values. How disgusting a human being do you have to be on October 7th to have hundreds of thousands of people throughout Canada out chanting, celebrating Palestine on the same day as one of the worst terror attack in Israel's history? I know the vast majority of Canadians are against them, but because the woke ideologues hold power right now, we need to get rid of them, and we need to get rid of them ASAP, because Mark Carney plans on allowing another 1.5 million people into the country in 2025 alone. The demographics are destiny, and the demographics have already shifted so extremely in Canada. I shudder to think what another couple of years of this policy will mean. It's going to be the end of this country. We have to write our MPs, demand that we get a vote of no confidence in the House of Commons. By the way, Carney looked absolutely pathetic talking with Trump. What a weak little man. We need a vote of no confidence in the House of Commons as soon as possible. We need to get rid of Carney. We need Poilievre in there, a guy who will actually close our border up and put the Canadian people first for a change, because it is not an exaggeration to say we are under attack. Stay tuned. I have the Discord server up very soon. I've set it up so that conservative Canadians can work together, because we need to do the same thing. And the one thing I'll give the Liberals credit for is they organize. We need to do the exact same thing. Please like, share, subscribe, join, become a member, grab some gear. Really appreciate it. Donate to the cause. I can be organizing conservatives, because we need to start fighting back, fighting for this country, or it is going to be gone very soon. Patriotic Canadians need to unite.